And we are live. Good morning, everybody. Bright and early here on a nice, sunny Saturday morning. I almost said Sunday morning. Nice Saturday morning. We got the usuals in here. As always, B. Taylor, thank you for being here bright and early. Kevin Hawthorne, thank you. I don't know if I returned your email or not, Kevin. I saw your email and appreciate it. Of course, we got Blue Collar and Bean Becky. Aunt Becky is in here, as Enormous calls her, Aunt Becky. Thank you guys for being in here. Today we have the one, the only Blue Collar Stacker, and we have Rob Numismatic Archaeology.
What's
Thank you
up,
for
Rob?
being
How you
here,
doing?
Rob.
What's going on, guys?
So,
Interesting.
I was in Rob's live stream last night. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but he was doing what we doing? Nickel searches, right?
Yeah, do nickel searches, looking for anything pre 1960, the old silver wartime nickels, buffalo nickels, which I find periodically in my hunts. And at least, I would say, at least once, one out of every box, I'll find either a silver or a buffalo nickel and lots of other finds. So they're fun to do.
Yeah, I never know what to look for. I mean, there must be like a list, I guess, of what you're looking for. But I get like a 1940D, and I don't think that's worth anything. But um, I got that probably from a whatnot giveaway.
Yeah,
Um,
if anything for that grade in that year, that's probably maybe I would say 50 cents, dollar, maybe $2. Someone who's looking to fill their book and doesn't have it. But
right. Okay. So I could buck and go that on whatnot, no problem then.
yeah, someone will want to pick it up. You never know.
Yeah, I got this whole tube of 1960s. It was this PVC tube, and I know I've showed it a million times, but it was shrunk around the nickels. Couldn't get the nickels out. I had to break the tube to get the nickels out.
It
But
looked like it's seen some heat then.
well, I think what it was, it's probably PVC, and it probably over the years it just shrunk. He might have
Yeah.
had it in an attic, but they were just real nice 1960s came out of there in
No.
real good shape. So
Nice,
oh,
nice.
and they were all nice and toned, I guess, from the PVC.
Yeah, that can happen.
But
Any kind of plastic or PVC, it can happen. It takes a while though.
oh yeah, I would. My guess is they were in that tube probably 55, 60 years.
Yeah. One thing to look at for nickels, that'll bump up the grade if you ever consider grading, is the on the back on the Monticello building. You have to put on a microscope, see if it has full steps.
Yeah, they
That
have.
is,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So that's a good grading determination. But
you
other
know,
than that,
out of those
yeah.
40 nickels, I had one that would be very close. It had just one little spot that it didn't have the full steps in,
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
but it was a pretty decent you know representation of that, I think. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I probably sold it since then
Oh, gotcha.
for nothing, for $1.
Yeah.
I
But
used to watch that Rob Finds Treasures. Is that what it was?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I still watch that guy every once in a while.
I used to watch him every now and then. He'd do like freaking couple boxes of halves and couple boxes of like he was quick with it. I'm like I didn't couldn't know how to go through it that quick.
Yeah, I guess if you do it for a long time, like I've been doing it for a bit, so I kind of semi breeze through things because I know which ones I'm looking for, and I know which ones are worth my time, and not, if you just spend a lot of time looking through a particular one that's worth maybe $1 or two, it's not worth your time and wasting, you know, anybody who's watching. So you look for the expensive ones, look for the silver and all the older ones.
So how
So
often do you run across a silver nickel? Like
actually, I had a pretty good ratio when I first starting nickels about 6 months ago. Um, yeah, it had been 6, 7 months ago. I was getting at least one out of every, sometimes two out of every box, and that can fluctuate. But I was getting a pretty good ratio there for a while.
my big question with coin roll hunting is, what do you do with the loose change after? Do you have to re-roll it, Or will the bank take it back in loose form?
Lay down, bub.
There's different ways. I know with my bank, because I have a credit union, they have a Coinstar that I do not have to pay for
Oh,
extra. So I just dump it in the Coinstar. I don't have to pay any extra fees and hand in the slip, and there you go.
oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
That's
if
an
I
So
could
that,
awesome
do
deal.
that,
You
but
know, like
I can't imagine having to re-roll it all back up. That would be
oh
that.
no, I wouldn't do it otherwise. It'd be miserable.
Yeah, that would take the fun out of it and the profit margin, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one question because I don't have that in my bank. My bank is, they would probably charge me 7 or 8%.
Yeah, there's some like I know if you have business accounts, they'll do like a bulk drop, but you have to pretty much count what you have, put it in a bag, drop it off, and then it'll take a few days for the money to actually see in the account. So,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure that's pretty much done with business accounts, though.
well, it's funny. Littlefoot says normally those coin stars will automatically kick out any silver you missed. So what if you just
Yeah,
bust open a roll and just dump it in right there?
not necessarily. What happens is from what I figured out is that especially for dimes, the weight is different. So if you put in a bunch of dimes, and it will kick out not only yours but other people's that have been in there because the dime weight of pre 1964 silver is much heavier than what the modern ones are, and it will spit it out because it's like, oh, this is probably a foreign coin, so it spits it out. And so that's how I've actually found a lot of silver dimes from Coinstars.
Huh.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos. T-Bird is always finding stuff in Coinstar. I've never found anything worth anything. I mean, pocket change. You find some pocket change in
Oh
there,
yeah.
foreign coins, but I don't make it a habit to really look. I probably should, but I don't.
I
Yeah, I
don't
mean
go
it's
anywhere
easy
where
enough. Just check out the edge really quick and just toss it back in if it doesn't look all silvery.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere where coin stars are. You gotta leave the house, so I don't like leaving the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Littlefoot says he's also curious if Rob, have you ever found a hobo nickel in any of your searches?
Ah, hold on. No, not really. No, I haven't. No, I'm trying to think. No, I haven't found one.
Yeah, those hobo nickels were pretty awesome. I didn't really know much about them, but one of the guys on Whatnot was talking about it. And I started checking them out. They're really cool. I don't know what the value of them is, but man, they're really, from what I understand, they're actually carved from real nickels, right? Is that how it
Yeah,
works? That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's my understanding. So some real artistic stuff going on there, and it's a lot of people collect them.
Yeah. Well, that's like the older ones, but they actually make replicas like in 5 ounce size and uh, bigger sizes, 1 ounce
Yeah.
silver.
Right.
So a hobo nickel, it's they take a nickel and they just make art out of it. Is that what?
Yeah,
That's my understanding.
I just
that's
googled it
basically
real
it.
quick and I'm
Yeah.
trying to see.
So
Interesting.
we talked backstage a little earlier, and I don't know if you want to talk about it publicly, but you got a new edition.
Oh yeah, a new addition to my other kids. So I have the reason I haven't been live streaming much or been on lately is because a month ago my wife gave birth to a little girl.
All
So
right. That's awesome. Congrats. How many kids do you have?
well, I've got four.
Oh, sweet. So do I. I've got 4 kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, one's older, about 16. She's in high school, and the other ones are you know almost 2 and then 7. So it's a good age range gap.
Yeah, that is nice. That's awesome. My kids are all grown. My kids are all in their 20s. My youngest is going to be 22 this month, actually, in June, actually, I should say.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she just graduated with her master's from University of Florida, so we're pretty happy about that.
Very cool. What's she majoring?
She majored in marketing with, I don't know. It's a business degree with a marketing focus.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. So But she got herself a real good job, and she's happy, and that's all that counts, right? She's
Yeah,
back
exactly. Nice.
living with us for the first time in 3.5 years. She probably won't last very long with us because she's been on her own too long.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
you know how that goes. So she's looking at her own place, probably going to get out of here August 1st and get on her own, which is great. You know?
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll be down to one kid
Congratulations to
in the
both
house.
of you. Congratulations to both of you. My kids are 8 and 9, and they both have 4 legs.
I was going to say what I miss.
Oh yeah.
That's
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 great.
funny.
crazy.
That's funny.
Four
Dub
legs
C
and
is in
lots of
here.
fur.
Good morning, Dub C. Littlefoot is asking questions as always. What else was it? Littlefoot also wanted to know, curious as to what he thinks a racketeer nickel is worth. Racketeer nickel?
I'm trying to remember. Gosh.
That's the V nickels that they plate in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like gold plated. Um, I think on the high end, maybe $20, depending on condition. But I could be wrong. I haven't looked that up in a while.
Yeah.
Because it's just gold plated. It's not worth more. It's not worth that much.
No, it's just the novelty of it, I think.
Exactly.
What if you guys can't hear? I got like a raging rainstorm going on outside my house right now, so hopefully it's not like translating into the microphone.
What is rain?
What's rain? He says, "Desert boy, desert boy."
Yeah, I saw Vermilion Enterprise, a short video of his this morning. He was talking about rain.
Yeah, yeah. It's I don't know if it's pop up or if it's going to be a long term rainstorm, but it's pretty loud out there right now, and it's hitting the roof pretty hard.
Littlefoot says in the 1900s, hobos would take a nail and carve in a picture on a nickel to raise the value of it. So most original hobo nickels are buffalo nickels. Huh.
That's right. Yep, that's what I've.
Mhm. Okay.
Interesting. Good way for them to turn a little profit.
Yeah, it was probably during the Depression or maybe even before. I think they said the earliest one that I've seen was like 1913, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
But I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Come to think of it, I think I ran across a more modern one using like a coin from 2010. Someone looks like someone did some artistic work on a Dremel. I'll have to find it. And maybe I'll put a post on it. But I found one of my videos like months ago, so it was pretty cool. So it just kind of reminded me about that just now.
Now you got me looking online at hobo nickels.
Right? Is that your next passion? You're gonna jump on the hobo nickel bandwagon now, or
No hobo nickels for me.
no? You're gonna leave the Morgans behind?
I need to get away from the Morgans. I don't know why you got me on them damn Morgans.
Sorry, dude.
You got me on them and then freaking whatnot. So that's sort of my own fault too, I guess.
Nothing wrong with Morgan dollars. You can't lose, really. I mean, you can lose. Let's be honest. You can lose with anything. But I bought some couple of graded Morgans the other day. Kind of bought them, I guess. I think okay, but not great. Got a nice 63 or 60. I think it was a 63 piece dollar for $40. How can you lose with that?
Oh, that's not bad.
Can you guys see the screen? Look at this hobo nickel I found. 2005.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
Nice.
That's crazy. I guess if you have the artistic ability, why not? What the hell, right?
Yeah, those are really cool.
Here's another one.
Yeah, recently I got into collecting barber half dollars. So I've got like 2 months ago I had like literally zero. Now I have like a pretty good amount.
Oh yeah. What do you have a good local coin shop, or do you buy stuff online? What do you do?
No, I was getting good deals on Whatnot for about a month there.
Oh, okay. What are the
So
deals drying up on Whatnot? Because I've seen the prices coming down. Actually, people are getting more realistic, I think.
yeah, I think so. So Yeah, I think the people who are selling it are realizing, hey, why am I getting rid of it for this price? I know it's worth more. I gotta start increasing my prices.
Yeah, and it's funny because whenever I sell something buck and go, like sell a Britannia, right? And
Mm-hmm.
buck and go it, I'll be lucky to get $34 for it, you know, and that's probably a fair price. But once you take the fees out, it's under melt, you know. So
Yeah, exactly, and you gotta cover your costs.
yeah, it's I don't think selling 1 ounce silver unless it's something special, it ain't the
Yeah,
way to go. You got to go with stuff like I got a lot of copper stuff out there, and you can make pretty decent money doing that, but you got to do volume.
yeah,
And then you got to
exactly.
do specialty things like you know, slab silver dollars or slab Morgans or,
Now
uh,
you
Yeah.
tell me.
One of the things I noticed when I was selling is that, if you buck and go, one of the things that always sells is like the silver dimes and the 40% half dollars, the 40% Kennedys.
right.
So those things, because the profit, I mean, you'll make a better profit margin on those versus doing, from what I know, some silver rounds. So because
Yeah,
you're, yeah,
there's definitely more room on stuff like that. And I think though that a lot of the reason for that is people don't understand what a 40 percenter is. They see a JFK and they thinking it's 90%. They'll bid it up to like $9 or $10 or $11. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, it's a $5 piece, you know?
yeah, exactly,
But they'll do the same thing with the un peso, right?
right,
So I like the five peso, the 90%, even the 72%. But the un peso is like 10%, and they're like, guys, it's silver, guys, and it's like, yeah, it's 10% silver. It's worth about $1, you know,
right, right,
and
right.
it's pretty unethical on there at times. I got to be
Mhm.
honest. I don't really like that part of it. But there's a lot of people on there that'll just on there to make $1, and they don't care if you don't know what you're buying, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I
So
guess
you gotta be
that's
careful,
just the
dude.
way
It's
of the
like,
world, you know. That's the way of the world. It's caveat emptor, right? Let the
yep.
buyer beware. So learn that
Yeah, and
from
I had
me.
to I had to stop myself on whatnot because for like a month straight I was buying stuff. I'm like looking at my account. I'm like, I'm gonna do a little quick stop there.
Yeah, it's really easy to get yourself out of control on there, and I have definitely noticed that.
Oh yes, oh yes.
But
You
for the
get
most
caught up. You get
most of the
caught up
stuff
real
I
easy.
buy, I'm sorry, Vegas. Go ahead, bro.
You get caught up real easy and everything, you know.
Yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I buy, I'm buying to resell, and occasionally I'll buy something and pull it out of what I got, like, just pull it out and say I'm going to hold on to this piece, you know. But other than that, it's pretty much stuff I'm buying and then reselling, and that requires you to be on there and search for deals and whatnot. I didn't
And
mean
what?
that,
Nah.
but I got this nice little 5 peso the other day. Probably overpaid for it, but you know what? That's fine. This one's going in my stack.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the Mexican silver. So yeah. Other than that, you know, it's just mostly buy to resell. Which
Gotcha.
now I got piles of inventory. Now I actually have to start selling stuff.
Yeah, I have all this copper for some reason, and it wasn't selling when I did my freaking show.
Yeah, that's a thing. The copper used to sell better, but I think it's saturated, man. Everybody's got it. You know, you used to put up one of these like colorized pieces, and it would sell for $5 or $6. Now you're lucky to get $1 or $2 out of it. So I
Yeah,
don't know. Might have to sell it in lots, you know.
I
So like
waited around too long.
time because people are like, I'm going to pay $5 and then $5 shipping. It's not worth $10. We all know that, you know.
Well, I just got my first three copper rounds last week. I got them for free on giveaways. So I've never had a copper round, 1 ounce, and now I have three.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's funny. Like I got a bunch of copper because, like I said, I got it to sell it, and it does sell. Don't get me wrong, but I would pick out pieces. I'd be like, oh, I want to keep one of these, or and I'd have a whole box full of stuff, and then after a while, I'm looking at it, I'm like, why am I keeping this crap? Like this Geiger Kilo, right? I held on to that for like 3 months. And finally, the other day, I just said, I'm putting that out. Somebody's going to want that, you know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I wouldn't consider it like collectible in any way. I don't think anyway, but maybe that's just my opinion. But I mean, it is kind of cool. It's a kilobar copper. It's pretty to look at, you know? And it's made by a legitimate company. I mean, Geiger and Germania.
Yeah,
So,
someone's gonna want it.
yeah, somebody will definitely want it. Every time I put a kilo bar like that standing up on the stage, everybody's always like, what's that big bar of copper back there? And I end up selling it, you know? So I put 2 of them out and I'm like, all right, go ahead, come and get them. Anybody ask me for it, I'll sell it.
I just found some a whatnot package that I hadn't opened yet.
Did you? No, I don't have that problem. I get like probably one in a week. I probably get 10 packages from Whatnot.
It's cool. I got this little trade unit.
Make it big. I can't see it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Take it easy. It's
Fluff it
Monday.
up there. Fluff it up, guy.
It's Saturday morning. Chill out.
Hey, how do you like my new,
Nice.
the new promo, the new colors? Instead of Saturday morning showdown, I just said Saturday morning chill. You know?
I like it.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's a cool piece. What was that? A 1 ounce silver? What's on the other side?
Well, no, it's a trade unit.
Oh, okay, okay. Is it an old one or how old is it?
Yeah, I don't know because it's a
If it's
good
50
question.
plus, you could put it on LBS's challenge.
I don't. It doesn't have a year on it, so I don't know.
You got to use Google Lens and search it out, my friend.
Search it up.
Put Google Lens.
I haven't really seen. I haven't really seen these trade units where they're quarter ounce, where you can split them like that.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there.
I mean, I'm sure there are. I'm sure it's not rare. It's just something I came across. And then
Nice.
this one, a little quarter ounce Morgan replica.
Now, did you get those local? Oh no, obviously you got those from Whatnot. They got stickers on them.
Yeah, they got the whatnot stickers.
Yeah.
These are actually from the coin shop I go to when I go to Indiana.
Oh, okay, okay.
I,
The
I
vault is
saw
that?
them on there, so
Is
I
that
had
the
to.
one that was? Is that the vault? That one?
No, it's the other one.
Oh,
Casper's
oh,
coins.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you for your order. Oh, they send a lot of junk. Those guys are funny too. Like I was watching their, of course, I was watching their stream, their whatnot thing, and they're cracking jokes on the other places, and they're like, let's raid somebody, and they're like, no, that guy's a dick. No, that guy's a dick. No, he's an asshole. They're like going through all these people, and then they finally just pick somebody.
That's funny. Well,
Laugh.
my last stream, I got 3 raids right in a row. It was like I got raided by Keizu, which that brought like 40 people. I got raided by 007, right? 007 coins, my buddy. And then I got raided by Mad Mike. So I got like 3 raids within like 5 minutes. And then I sold a bunch of shit and lost money on all of it. So I was like, I'd rather have 6 people that actually want to buy stuff, you know, for a righteous price, you know.
Yeah.
Especially with Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas, you took me to the cleaners, bro. You got to go back for $1.
Hey, I was trying to get people to bid.
No, I hear you. Believe me, it doesn't matter. It's like whatever. I've done like maybe almost 30 shows now, me and the wife, and I think we lost money on one show. We lost $12 on that show the other night, but it doesn't matter, you know. It's like one show out of 30. I'll go with those odds.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Not
It's like with any business, you're gonna have ups and downs anyway.
If it gives me exposure and I get more followers out of it, then I'll look at the $12 as advertising cost, you know.
Absolutely.
So I like it. I was just talking about it this morning. I was thinking about YouTube living, not my Whatnot stream, but my Whatnot shopping. You know, how interesting that might be, or maybe not. You know, I don't know. I was thinking like I'll put the iPad in front of the camera and live stream me going through everybody's different streams and bidding on stuff and seeing what I buy, you know. So
You could actually, if you used your laptop, well, you don't use your laptop
yeah.
because you could share your screen and do it that way.
Oh, you can. I see. I don't know anything about this crap. One of these days, you're not good with using the phone for CapCut.
Oh, I
And
hate it.
I'm terrible at using a laptop for anything.
You're terrible at using any technology.
Yeah, my wife's breaking my balls in the background. Just in case you guys needed an extra wife to break your balls today, mine is here. So
Speaking of whatnot videos, did you see B Taylor's video? That was a good one.
Wait, which one?
B Taylor, when he was talking about what? Come on, chat.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah. Yes.
Which package do you want me to open?
Bid it up. All right, we got one swipe on that one. We'll go with it. Yeah, actually, I think he opened up one of my packages on there that I sent him.
Yes, he did.
Yep. So yeah, that's cool. Now, B Taylor is always in the streams, man. He's in there just about every single time I'm on, and I appreciate it big time.
And so Rob Littlefoot is curious as to what drives you to collect and search.
Absolutely.
So, what drives me? I just, because it goes to my archaeology background, because I do have a background in archaeology. I've been on lots of different digs in Southern California and Colorado. It's just the history behind things, I like finding old things and digging them out of the ground, and it kind of goes along with that.
Nice. So how is that your chosen profession, archaeology, or? Hello? Did I lose it?
Rob, are you still there? He might be feeding a baby.
Oh.
Oh, I think I do hear a baby crying.
Oh, maybe he had to mute out for a second. That happens.
All right, we got the humble stacker in here now. Good morning.
Yeah, give me one sec, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, take your time.
Dub C was in here. We got and the usual suspects as always, which is good. Humble Stacker says he won a 2.5 gram gold bar on the first spin of a show the other night. Holy smokes. Nice.
I missed that section. I had to actually mute out for a second. Give me about 2 minutes. I just got to answer a text message.
I'm on my own here. Holy smokes.
You're on your own, bro. Carry it.
Oh, shit. Not me. Bean Becky says, when do you go on Whatnot? Blue Collar has random shows on there. He's on there as the average Joe. I'm gonna try doing my shows Sunday mornings at 5 a.m. Vegas time, so Pacific Standard Time. B Taylor, you use CapCut for your phone too? It's so much easier on my computer. I don't know. Like I couldn't figure out how to do texts and all that stuff, like put writing and shit on there, so it was annoying, so I just can't do it.
Well,
I'm back, guys. You have me for another 10 minutes.
All right, no worries.
All right. Well, I forgot
on the bottom, Vegas on the bottom, there's a big T. You press on the T, and then it'll start giving you text options from there.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, son of a bitch.
How about that?
I thought
So,
I tried.
Rob, would you consider yourself? I'm going to say you're probably considering yourself a collector versus a stacker. What would you say?
I would say collector. That's a good assumption.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing it? Like, how long have you been collecting precious metals, coins, and what have not?
Honest to God, about 1.5 years.
Oh, okay.
And I've already grabbed. I have a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
My wife's like, "What'd you get this time?"
So before, when we talked about coin shops, are you in an area where there are coin shops? I kind of missed that because I got distracted by the wife before.
There are some out here, which I've only visited maybe 1 or 2, but most of my purchases have been either on Whatnot or eBay.
Gotcha. And how's the sales tax laws work? I know you got like a 2,000 threshold on that. Do you have to pay sales tax from Whatnot and or eBay?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because I've seen people that there's like some freight forwarding things, but that you get into the weeds with that, I think.
Yeah, you can. I haven't dealt with that, but yeah, it's everything's taxed out here. It's California.
Yeah,
It's
of
not
course.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So based on the age of your kids, I'm gonna say you're probably right around 40-ish. I'm not. You don't have to reveal that if you don't want to.
No,
But
I actually a little younger than that. I'll be 38 next month.
all right, yeah, that's awesome. I remember being 38. It was great.
Do you really? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, my kids were babies. It was good times. It really was. But yeah, no, you're in a great position. You got young kids, brand new baby. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone had a before I had to get off for a second, someone had an archaeology question.
Oh, was it Littlefoot?
No, it was you.
Oh no, yeah, I
is that
did
your
say
background?
I did say, is that your chosen profession? Yeah,
Yeah.
is that
Well,
your
it would be if it paid more. Right now, I'm actually in water treatment.
oh, okay, okay. And that's big business down in California for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So making okay money down here. It could be better, but no, it's fine. It's paying for things right now, but California's tough. Talking about moving the next couple of years.
Well, you guys
Now, are
keep
you
making
born and
our
raised
water, so
California? Were you raised there as a child, or how did you end
Oh
up
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Oh,
I was raised down here in Southern California.
yeah, I love Southern California. I like to visit, but I don't know if I could live there. I mean, yeah, it's a great place to visit, but I don't know if I could live there because of a lot of reasons. But number one, it's too damn expensive. Um, but number two, I mean, the weather is great. Everything is cool about it. It's very crowded, though. That's true.
It is, yeah. Traffic is a common occurrence.
Yeah,
Florida's getting crowded too, though, right?
it
Everywhere's
is.
crowded.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of got me a little disillusioned about living where I live right now. A lot of traffic. Traffic's building. It's like when I first moved here, the only reason you would get in traffic would be if somebody crashed. That's it. Other than that, there was no traffic. I could go back and forth up and down the coast, no traffic. I mean, the road system here is pretty good. I will say that. Um, and we do have, like, once you get down south, we do have express lanes that, yeah, you got to pay for it, but there's a bunch of cheap people. Nobody wants to pay. I'll pay $1.50 to save a half hour, you know?
My sister said it's like too many snowbirds down there. Too many old people driving around that makes it suck driving there.
It's seasonal though. That's like January to like late April. You got a lot more people in the state. But the other 8 months of the year, it's a bunch of crazy people with guns everywhere. Crazy young people that want to run you off the road and smash your brakes on in front of you. And yeah, there's a lot of nuts that live down here.
That's everywhere nowadays, though.
I guess you just got to keep to yourself. That's it. Just mind your own business, and you'll be fine.
Rob, where are you looking to relocate?
Well, wife and I have been talking. We like the idea of Texas or Tennessee.
I think Tennessee's become popular lately. Like that whole southeast, like Tennessee and the Carolinas, I think has become popular.
Right. Yeah, I mean, cost of living is cheaper. Obviously, wages are a little lower, but it's still you're going to get more bang for your buck anywhere else other than California.
Yeah, I don't understand how anybody can buy and own a house in California. I know the real estate taxes aren't that bad comparatively to other areas, but the cost of ownership has got to be astronomical. And I don't even know about rent. Rent, forget it.
Oh no, we rent our condo. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's just like you might as well be. I might as well be buying a house, but the only thing is you gotta have money for a down payment for a house. So I have a friend down here. He bought early a house for what 400K, Now that same house about 10 years later is worth almost 800, and he's paying $2,300 a month for a mortgage, which is great. But for me, I'm paying 1,000 more than that. So it's just like, and I'm not even owning anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, for $3,300 a month in Tennessee, man, you'll live like a king out there for that.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah, no doubt. And if you can figure out, you're going to obviously take a little bit of a pay cut, but for a municipal job there too, you're going to get good benefits. You're going to get retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's definitely the way to go. That's what I would do. I can't see how anybody stays there. It's going to be for just the rich and the poor. That's all that's going to live there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's kind of how it is.
The middle class is just going to be driven out.
Yeah, I mean, they already have tons of people leaving, going to Texas.
Yeah, I'm sure the Texans are happy about that.
So
it's like we got the opposite problem. We got people coming from New York, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So it's I'm a New Yorker. I came here, but I came here 22 years ago. So I mean, now I make fun of New Yorkers.
Do you still see yourself as a New Yorker?
Not at all. No.
No.
I mean, that's a tough question. I mean, I'll always be a New Yorker because that's where I was born and raised, did my first 37 years sentenced there. But I would never go back. Let's put it that way. I have regrets. I should have kept my house. I should have kept it and rented it, but just for financial reasons. And it would be a cool place to do like summer vacations and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't miss it at all. No.
Remember that.
Nope. Would never look back. That's not to say that I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. I actually would love to be out where you guys are, where, in Desert Southwest is probably the area that I would like to focus on for the future.
Yeah. Southwest is great. I love the Southwest. I've done a few digs out here, and I love being outside in the Southwest.
So when you say digs, what do you actually, how do you get involved in that?
So I did a majority of it I did a field school down in Colorado to, pretty much teach you the basics, how to, the proper way to form a investigative, pit, have you, and just, how to properly bag and tag, pretty much. And so they teach you what to look for, what certain objects will look like, and what depths you may find certain things.
So if you can you tell us like what kind of stuff you've found over the years?
Yeah, so when I was at that field school, there's actually if you Google search Time Team America season 2, there's a episode where it's about this Pueblo structure or whatever. And we were actually fortunate to where this it's a PBS special where these group of people, they come in, and they dig and these help these communities out who let's see, on their land they have they allow archaeological work because there's a lot of important stuff out there. And so we were fortunate enough to reach the bottom floor of this great kiva that this PBS special bunch of archaeologists had worked on and started. So I was lucky enough to be one of the people in that pit, and I found some really cool arrowheads, scraper tools, and a couple of which actually made it onto a couple archaeology magazines.
Oh, that's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. So how did you get involved in that? Did you start getting involved in that at a young age in school or something, or how did you get into it?
I got into it when I was always interested in it when I was a kid, but I never thought you could make money from it. But it wasn't until I was in college, I had just finished my welding certificate at the junior college, and then I wanted to get my general ed. So I was going through, I'm like, and they had a archaeology class. So, I'm like, oh, okay. But I remember I love archaeology and stuff like that. So I went into it, and I started getting hooked. And I went out on digs when I transferred over to the Cal State University, and and I did work for the forestry service out there, going to these burn areas down here in SoCal. So there was a recent burn. I want to say a recent fire burn in 2017, 2018, and we were brought. They asked the university to go down there, and so to survey the damage to known archaeological sites. Just record what the changes were because they had so much fire damage. So there's little things like that I've done.
So
Cool.
is most of the sites they're like Native American type sites, and what are the ages of the stuff that you're pulling out? Is it like thousands of years old? Is it hundreds of years old? What is it?
Oh, both. So it's obviously they're all Native American down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're hundreds to thousands of years old. I can't say for certain, but they're around that range because obviously I don't have the dating of the artifact we pulled up. We just know versus, well, if there's catalogs, for instance, I pulled out that arrowhead down in Colorado. So there's a catalog of different arrowheads and which groups are known to make these styles. And so you can kind of date it that way and how people made them back then.
Gotcha.
So do you watch Dub C's channel at all?
Watch you?
Dub C.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you definitely got to get into him. He's got a lot of cool stuff. Go ahead, Vegas. I'm sorry.
I was wondering if maybe you were the one that discovered the chalice that he drinks out of.
Oh, yeah, he's a very interesting character, and he's got great live streams and really, really good catalog of very informative videos. I would definitely get in on that. Dub
Gotcha.
C, what is it? Dub C Gold coins? Is that what it is? Golden coins?
Coins and precious metals.
Coins and precious. That's it. Sorry, Dub C, if you're listening.
He has like a lot of older stuff. He collects a lot of stuff, so just interesting.
Gotcha.
Let me see. He was in here earlier. I think he probably is not in here much longer, or is he not?
Oh, we just got Phoenix Coins in the room. Phoenix Coins, actually, I bought this from 007, which is his alter ego on Whatnot. So we don't quite know what this is. It was supposedly found in the ocean, and he thinks it's lead, but we don't know what it is. It's like, I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks like a starfish kind of pattern on it. And it has stars. See the stars around the outside there? So if anybody sees this and recognizes it and can tell me what it is, I'm actually going to bring it by my coin shop today and see if he can shoot it with the XRF and tell me what it's made of.
Did you put a magnet to it?
I did not. No, I don't think I don't have
Well, that's interesting.
But I'll find out today. I mean, he'll shoot it and just tell me, yeah, it's lead or it's tin or whatever. But that should be interesting. I'm kind of hoping it's some kind of ancient shipwreck, like from the 12th century BC, and it'll be worth a lot of money.
Where was it found?
I doubt it. Supposedly, it says on the flip an ocean find, like maybe it washed up or somebody found it when they were in the surf or whatever.
Well,
and it's just an interesting. Well, you're archaeologist, right? So I don't know. I mean, it's got like it's hard to see that.
Yeah, it is hard to tell.
But it does have like a starfish kind of thing on one side, this side, right? It's like something in the middle there.
Almost looks like a little spider or something. Like a little.
Is that kind of a stone or is that a metal? I can't tell from the picture.
Well, it's hard to say. I really don't know the answer to that. It says on the flip, lead. Now I don't know if it was tested to be lead, made out of lead, But I'll find out today. Like I said, I'm going to see if my guy can throw it on his XRF and tell me what
On my screen, it looks kind of like a carved little stone.
it could be, it could very well be, but it has
Phoenix says it's a
stars. It's got
Phoenix says it's
stars
a
on it.
Pensacola Beach find.
If you look, hold on one second. If you look on the bottom, see there's like a row of stars around there.
Yeah.
So, not sure.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
yeah.
throw it on his microscope while I'm there and see if we can't determine what it is.
Phoenix said it was found in the Gulf somewhere.
So he said it's a Pensacola Beach find. Phoenix is in the chat right now. He said it was found in the Gulf at Pensacola Beach. So, I mean, there were a lot of shipwrecks back in the
Very
day.
cool, though.
Yeah, it's something different, right? I figured that might appeal to the
There.
archaeology background.
Yeah, because I know there's some older tribes that did kind of make these trade tokens.
Yeah.
So you never know, honestly.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get a better determination. I'm thinking about taking it out of the flip, so it's sometimes hard to tell with the plastic over it. Even though it's clear, it takes away definition and the shadows and stuff. But hopefully when I'll put it on his microscope and we'll take a good look at it. What's my focus?
I remember growing up, like in the rocks in my elementary school, I used to find like Indian beads and sometimes like arrowheads. I don't know if they were real or if they're just in there or not, but I always found that fascinating.
Oh yeah,
and that was in Northwest Indiana, so I'm sure there was Indians there.
Absolutely.
no, for sure.
I would always keep them, so I have like somewhere in my parents' house, I have my little collection of that stuff.
Yeah, and there is I ran across a person on Whatnot actually selling Native American artifacts that he found on private property. Now, because normally you wouldn't sell those artifacts, but if the only reason that you'd be able to or allowed to, is if it's found on private property or somebody else's land that they know you found it, whatever. But if it's found kind of like out in the open kind of thing, it's advised to call like the local, whoever the local archaeologist is, if you ever find out who it is. Otherwise, if you find something out in the open, you keep it to yourself. But I've been trained, ethically you should do this, but I get it. People want to collect, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah, well, we have. I live in an area called the Treasure Coast because the 1715 fleet basically wrecked right off the coast of where we are here.
Right.
So occasionally people do find gold coins, silver artifacts, gold and silver artifacts on the beach. It's still turning up 300 years later.
Oh yeah.
And if you're a diver, I mean, there's still one ship that's unaccounted for. So, there's a lot of stuff out there, but pretty sure though that anything from 1715, whether you find it in the water or on the beach, you got to turn it in. It's like considered a state artifact.
I always wondered about that. They really make you turn it in, because I always thought it was kind of finders keepers thing. Because I know a lot of people who I've seen a lot of people who metal detect out there that they've kept their stuff. So
Well, you can keep it, but you run the risk because, I mean, there's a lot of treasure that's for sale. Mel Fisher was the guy who first discovered it. And he had to fight legal battles for years to be able to keep what he found. And he was able to, but it cost him millions of dollars in lawyer fees,
Yeah.
So
I wonder if the Spanish government laid claim, and then whatever people find, it kind of goes back to them.
Yeah, that's true. But to me, the way I look at it is, like you said, finders keepers, right? I mean, if you lose something and I find it, if I want to give it back to you, then that's great. But if I don't, I found it. it's there. I found it. It's mine.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't either.
Now, if I was a metal detector and I found like a wedding ring or something or an engagement ring, I would try and get that back to whoever owned it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like a gold chain, that's going to the scrapper. You know?
It's going around your neck.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not a jewelry guy, but I love jewelry when it pays me back cash.
Well, who doesn't?
Right? So yeah. There's definitely stories of people that have been walking along the beach, saw something shiny, and it turned out to be like a piece of gold or a piece of silver from the 1715 fleet.
Isn't there also stories of people walking along the beach and finding compacted white packages?
That happens as well, yes. And big bales of green stuff too. Back in the day, we used to call them square groupers.
Cartier Silver says you need a light with different tones will help show the details better. Maybe like a black light might help.
Oh, like on this thing, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I'm trying to show toning on a coin, I go to a yellow light. Maybe that'll help.
No help.
No, doesn't help. Now I'm off my yellow. I'm trying to go through the colors. No.
Maybe take it out of there, hit it with a hammer, see if it breaks open.
Maybe it's who knows? Maybe oh, just focused.
You might owe 007 some money if it turns out to be something.
We could talk about that. We could definitely talk about that. I wouldn't leave him twisting in the wind. I mean, 3-4%. It's not a bad deal.
Better than nothing. Cartier Silver's in here. Hey, Cartier. He says he's feeling human again. Glad to hear you're mending well.
Yeah, definitely. Stay on the mend.
Cartier says after hurricanes is the best time to find beach treasure.
That is true. Yeah, it churns everything up. Yeah. I've had a couple of friends who were divers, the local divers, and there's a lot of stories about divers that find stuff, but you can't talk about it because if you do, you either end up in prison or they want to take it back.
Or you gotta cough it up.
Yeah. But I've heard stories of, barroom type stories where people say things were found. Because you go 10 miles off the coast on the Atlantic here, and it drops off to 800 feet, right? But before that, you're within diving range. In the first 10 miles, it's only about 80 feet.
Huh.
So it's all diveable up to you drop off to about 800 feet, 10 miles out, I think it is.
Hey guys, that's my cue. I gotta get going. I do appreciate you guys having me on.
Hey, we
Appreciate you
appreciate
being on.
being here, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Congratulations to the newborn. Enjoy it.
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you in the chats.
Yeah, I'll keep in touch. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
being
coming
on.
in. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rob's. It's Rob's Numismatic Archaeology. I dropped his link in the chat.
Nice.
He had some I was just going to ask him about his coin cleaning and stuff because he said how to restore lost coin details. I was watching that.
You know what? I missed that one. I gotta catch up on that one.
He just does real quick to restore the date on a buffalo nickel.
Yeah.
It's it's whatever he has, it's actually made for nickels and stuff. It's like date restorer or something.
Oh, okay.
Acidic shit like all the rest of it.
Buffalo nickels, the first thing to go is the date, right? I mean, it's the horns and the date.
Why are you still big on screen? What the heck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Humble Stacker, Phoenix coins. I think we're all caught up. And now look who we have.
Oh, we got it.
With the candle lit, ready to go.
How's it going?
What's up, BG?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Okay, good. My streaming is a little different today than it was last time. I was having some technical difficulties with my actual camera. So we're just going with the phone today, but it seems to be working all right.
Well, didn't you just get a new phone? Your phone crapped out, didn't it?
I did, and I got the best phone I guess you could use for a camera. I guess today's it's a Pixel, and they're known for their cameras. I know
used to
there's
get
a
a
lot
new
of
phone every year.
iPhones. Do what?
I used to get a new phone every year. I can't do it anymore.
Really? Yeah, no,
Well, I
I'll
mean,
have a phone. Sorry, go ahead.
the cell phone companies, the service companies used to make it so that you could get a new phone every couple of years. You know,
Yeah.
but now it's like you got to bring your phone to the party with most companies. So, I looked at phones yesterday because my phone is pretty old, and freaking phone's $1,500. I'm like, no, I could buy a lot of shit with that. I could buy almost a half ounce of gold with that.
Oh my God, that's literally why it took me so long to get a phone. Because as soon as it like stopped working, I literally waited like probably a month to get a phone because I thought I need to buy my next gold coin. I can't do that. And it literally the amount that I spent on my phone is like just a little more than a 10th ounce of gold. So, stacking really, I guess, causes you to think about things differently, even when you need a phone.
Hey,
gotta
it's
wait
anything in my life. I mean, I go out to dinner. I'm like, that just cost me like 2.5 ounces of silver.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
Right.
I thought about that way last year, but I've gotten away from that now lately. I don't know why, but I was like that too.
I think you get like a little bit of a fever pitch because I've only been stacking for a couple of years, and you get, in the beginning, you just want to get as much as you possibly can and just keep stacking it. But the prices are up now. So it's kind of tough. You're thinking like, all right, if I'm paying $35 or $34 an ounce for a piece like this, is it going to be 26 in 6 months,
Mm-hmm. For
And
sure.
then it's like, man, maybe I was better off keeping the cash, So you got to be careful. You definitely got to be careful.
Yeah.
It is definitely more volatile than a year ago.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't really see it going down all that much. And now that I said that, it's going to go down. But I don't see it going down much more than it has in this latest pullback from what is gold. It was 3,500. Now it's 3,300. So 32 and change. I
Yeah.
don't see it really going down much further than that. I think it's going to turn and burn.
What do you mean turn and burn? Like keep going up or?
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to keep going up because as a country, we have no choice. We got to keep printing money. Yeah, they're trying to save money. They're trying to cut the budget, but it's way too late. We're in a death spiral as far as I'm concerned with the dollar. I posted a video on my community post a couple days ago. A guy that pretty much explains it very well. That there's really no way out. There's only inflate it or default.
Yeah.
That's the two things we have. So we're gonna inflate it away by just keep printing more money, or we're gonna tell people, sorry, we can't pay you on your bonds or whatever.
It's true. I agree.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I mean, I don't know when we don't have to get into it right now, but that's sort of why I'm pivoting so much toward gold is just because I know there's a lot of people that are of the opinion that it's going to go back down. I mean, there was a guy in my comments the other day who was like, I'm going to wait till gold goes back down to 1800. And I'm thinking, well, that would be really nice. I just don't know how that's going to happen within the next couple of years. And like, as of right now, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but as of right now, I'm just thinking like, I'm just trying to get the cheapest gold I can, period. That's kind of the name of the game for me at the moment. I'm still stacking silver, but it's going up so quickly that I almost feel like I don't want to miss out on this opportunity because I know that if I had started stacking this time last year, it went up so much over the course of the year that it's like I'm in hindsight feeling like I already missed out. and the projections are saying it's going to keep going. So I'm like, you know what? It's expensive, but I have to.
Well, everything you just said is what scares me about gold right now. You just talked about FOMO without saying it. Everybody thinks it's going to go up, which means it's probably going to go down because I mean, Warren Buffett, right? When everybody's buying, I'm selling. When everybody's selling, I'm buying. So, I mean, the ratio is at or near or over 100 on a daily basis, which historically is very high. Some people say it doesn't matter anymore. There's no such thing as a ratio. It's just a number, but I don't believe that. I think you got to look at history. We've only been over 100 a couple of times, twice maybe, in the history of the metal, and that has to count for something. It really does. I feel.
So
That's
do you
funny.
think
As you said,
ahead,
the
I'm so
FOMO
sorry.
thing. Littlefoot put in the comments. As you said, the FOMO thing. He says, "I believe what she has is called FOMO."
Yeah.
But it gets you. It's like it's one of those things where I don't know. You don't want to miss out, but then you don't want to get stuck neither. So FOMO is real.
Yeah. I mean,
It's hard.
just about every ounce of silver in my stack, I hope to eventually convert to gold because number one reason, I got no freaking more room for silver. You know, I sent you a picture the other day, Vegas.
Yeah.
I literally have no more room. Okay. So yeah, I want to convert over to gold, but I can't do it. You can't do it at 100 to 1. Can't do it.
It's
Well,
a
it's
lot.
funny because my nephew was going to graduate last year, and I was looking at quarter ounce. It was like 550. I'm like, I'm gonna get him a quarter ounce gold piece. Then it's like 600. Then it's like 700. Then it's like 750. I'm like, well, guess he's missing out on that. He's getting cash instead.
Yeah.
But it
So
went
do
up
y'all
so
think
quick.
So y'all think that I'm making a mistake by trying to aggressively stack gold? I mean, I'm also stacking silver. I know I traded some of mine the other day, but do y'all think I'm making a mistake by trying to accumulate gold at the moment?
No, I don't personally think that you're making a mistake. It's just
Because I'm still learning for sure. So any input, because you guys are seasoned stackers. I mean, I've only been doing this for coming up on a year, not even a year. So you guys have seen the tides rise and fall. You guys have seen the patterns. And so any kind of wisdom y'all have, I'm still gleaning from that.
well, honestly, we're not much. The two of us have been stacking for less than 2 years, so we're kind of right in the.
How did I forget about that? I guess y'all must have told me that last time. I didn't. Sorry, I must have forgotten.
Yeah, we're pretty much in the same boat as you as far as time period goes. But I mean, look, I've been watching metals for 30 years. I just wasn't participating in them. But you definitely watch them in comparison. There's a ratio that people talk about, but nobody really knows how to even find it. The gold to Dow ratio, right?
Mm.
So right now the gold to Dow is somewhere in the 12 range, 12 and a half.
Okay.
Historically, it's always been in the low single digits. Okay, so that means that either gold is severely undervalued or the Dow is severely overvalued.
Mm.
One or the other. It's not like it's like the gold silver ratio. People say it's not like some mystical number. All it is just math. Gold has always been traditionally anywhere between 40 and 60 would be in the last, say, 50 or so years. Before that, it was way tighter than that. It was, but it was pegged. It was set at 15 to 1. When they set it free, it was, 20, 30 to 1. But it's over time, it's gone up to 100 to 1 now. So it tells you that either gold is overvalued, which I don't believe, because based on the Dow, or silver is severely undervalued. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, I think silver is definitely undervalued personally.
Yeah.
It's probably a little both, right?
I don't think so. I really don't think gold is overvalued. I think gold's probably right undervalued, even so at this point.
Oh, no, I was saying I think that silver is undervalued.
Oh, it is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, for
severe,
sure.
probably 3x. I think it's
Yeah,
probably be around $100 an ounce. I know people say you're nuts if you say that, but
it's
it's
true.
just look at the history. Look at the history of the pricing of the two metals, and then compare it to the Dow. Metals are way behind the Dow right now. S&P or Dow. If you look at the gold to Dow ratio, and then if you look at the gold to silver ratio, right, it's a pattern. It goes up, it goes back down very quickly. It goes up, it goes back down very quickly. It's a pattern of silver basically chasing after gold. And
Yeah.
silver just hasn't caught up to gold. That's what it is. So every ounce of silver that I buy, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, eventually there's going to be a gold. So the way I'm buying gold now is to keep buying silver. That's just my philosophy, not financial advice, of course, but that's my the way I'm looking at it.
That makes sense to me. That sounds like a good strategy because, I mean, the other day, and I have a video that's about to be, it's going to be up like after our live stream is over. It's going to be posting, but I basically am talking about how I got this piece of gold the other day by trading silver that I bought last year for a lower premium. So it's like, yeah, the ratio is low, is very high right now. But as you were saying, it's like that idea of stacking silver to stack gold. I like how you put that because ultimately I ended up paying way less for that gold coin than I would have if I were to buy it in cash today, just because I paid less for my silver last year. So, I mean, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. But I just, like I just did the same thing where I traded out 20 ounces of sovereign coins, right, out of my stack and into my inventory for selling on whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was torn between like, okay, how do I document that? Do I document that at what I paid for that original silver, or do I document that at the replacement cost of that silver?
That's so true. That is so
Like, what
true
do you
because it's
do?
going to cost more to replace it.
Yeah, for sure. So I ended up doing it I documented the pulling out of the metal at what I paid for the vintage stuff going in. So it was, I think, $34 an ounce.
Well, like most coin shops, they value it at the replacement cost, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have to. I mean, if they got to replace it, they got to look at that for sure.
Yeah.
But
I've
I
only
got a
been
video
stacking a little
coming
over
out.
a year as well. And like when I started stacking, that was my whole thing too, was stack silver and then switch it to gold with the gold to silver ratio. And um then the gold to silver ratio, it was like low 70s for like a day, but then it was like right back to 80, and it was like just sit there and look at it. I'm like, I don't want to trade 80 ounces for 1 ounce, and now it's like shit. Should have.
Yeah, but think about it this way, right? It's at 100 right now. 99.7 whatever, right? So just keep buying the silver. It's eventually got to come back to 80, 70s. It's
Does
got.
it?
I mean, historic. Look at history. I mean, history is the best teacher.
So, does it usually come back way down after they undervalue it like this?
Well, if you look at a historical chart, like, and I'm going out gold silver ratio, even if you look at a 10-year, right? Go to Kitco and look at a 10-year chart. It gets up to approaches 100, touches 100, and then within the next 3 to 4 months, it's back down in the 70s.
Well, crap.
Yeah, so
I'm trying to find a decent chart.
Kitco has a pretty good chart on that.
I love Kitco. I'm kind of addicted to that. I'm always on it.
Bring it up on my iPad so I could show it. 10-year. Okay, so look, this is a 10-year chart. You can see, can you see it?
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, so that's your 10-year chart, right? Back here in 16, it was under 70, and it kept going up the hill, up the hill, up the hill, and then it all of a sudden took off. That was the COVID spike. Really, it was silver dropped for a couple of days, and then it collapsed again below 70 within 6 months, 7 months. And now it's been on a steady trajectory up. Sorry, I couldn't pronounce that word. It's been going up, 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 and now it's at 100 again. It may hit 110, maybe not. It was at 107. Okay. But I think it's gonna drop back down where it wants to be, is, somewhere in the 60s to 70s. And then it'll keep marching back up again. So that's my theory. Again, not financial advice, but just looking at history.
That makes sense. And that, I mean, I got to replace my silver for sure. And that's why I'm kind of like, I'm wanting to just get as much generic silver as I possibly can. I mean, I'm doing the gold, but after I sold, it did hurt a little, especially to sell my Scottsdale and Germania bars, because I really love those. But, I didn't sell anything that I didn't feel was replaceable, so to speak. Like, how sometimes you'll get a piece that's really unique or kind of rare. You want to hold on to that in your deep stack. But yeah, I've got to replace that. I've got to get the weight back because, once that ratio does start to go back down, I want to make as much of a gain as possible. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of making the case for the fact that maybe you shouldn't have made 100-to-1 trade, but I'm not going to say that. I did kind of say that in the comments. I didn't really agree with the ratio trade part of it. It's a beautiful piece of gold, and if you're happy with it, that's great. But it's not something I would have done at 100-to-1. But there's no saying. I might be wrong too.
See, I see what you're saying, and I know I talked about the ratio, but I'd say probably the main driver for my decision had to do with the ratio, but it also really had to do with just the dollar cost average that I had on those pieces being pretty low. That was the determining factor, because it's not like, I mean, I recognize that ratio isn't some kind of awesome. I even talked about this. I mean, it's been much lower than what it is right now, for sure. But I've just seen it teetering up past 100 for the past month or so. And I'm just thinking, okay, are they going to keep driving it up? Like, are we going to keep undervaluing silver? And as you were saying, like, who knows? I mean, what was that? The Dow to gold ratio. Basically, my determining factor was just, hey, I paid $880 for this amount of silver, and this coin, if I were to buy it right now, would probably be well over 900, maybe even close to 1,000, just because of what the kind of coin it was. But I mean, at the same time, yeah, I don't think that the ratio was amazing. I just kind of thought, I need to get into gold more. I need to convert some of this cheap silver into gold. That was kind of more of my thinking, I guess. And you know what? I may be wrong. I feel good about it, but at the end of the day, I mean, maybe that's more of an emotions based sort of.
No, I totally get that. It's kind of feeds into what I was saying, how we've got big time gold FOMO right now. And big time, like, people are, for lack of a better word, people are pissing all over silver.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the wrong move. Honestly, I think right now, just quietly accumulate silver. That's my theory. I'm just going to keep quietly, or maybe not so quietly, keep accumulating silver.
Yeah.
And at 100-to-1, you cannot lose accumulating silver at 100-to-1. I don't think you can. That's my opinion, for what it's worth.
I agree with you. And I'm still a big believer in silver. I mean, like, I'm a big believer. I guess I'm a believer in both. But I know there's a lot of people that are like, silver sucks, silver this. And I'm like, no, I don't agree with that, because I feel that I've benefited greatly from stacking silver. And with this ratio, yeah, I need to get as much of it as I possibly can. So
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
I don't think you can lose with either
Well,
one.
So Silver Sleuth
For
was
sure.
Silver Sleuth was just talking about price appreciation of gold versus silver, right? So when I'm looking at the ratio, I'm not even looking at the price of the metal. It doesn't matter. To me, the price of the metal is irrelevant, right? So if I'm trading 100 ounces of silver and getting an ounce of gold, or vice versa, if I'm trading an ounce of gold and I'm getting 100 ounces of silver, all right? Say I do 5 ounces of gold, 500 ounces of silver. If the ratio goes back down to 80 and I could trade that back and get 6.5 ounces of gold back,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter the price. I got 6.5 ounces where I had 5 before.
So true.
Right? So the price is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. I think it's just a matter of increasing your quantity, using one metal against the other to increase your quantity of your desired metal. I mean, obviously, gold is a desired metal. It takes up way less room, you know?
When you're looking at the ratio and playing the ratio game, you're not looking at the monetary value. You're looking at, just like you said, what it takes of one metal to get more of the metal that you want. It's
Exactly.
not the gold to silver ratio takes out the monetary ratio altogether.
It's
If you want to
true.
look at the monetary ratio, then you look at the spot price. Or, I mean, if you want to call it, you could call it the gold to dollar ratio if you want to. You know, it's the same concept. Like I saw
Exactly.
somebody's
Yeah.
channel, they're like, well, what good is the gold to silver ratio? Well, it's just another unit, another way to measure against something else. Just like spot price. If you think about it, spot price is nothing but silver to dollar ratio or gold to dollar ratio. It's just a different form of measurement. That's all it is.
And you're
Exactly.
right. And at the end of the day, none of this even is even adjusted for inflation. None of this is even considering like, okay, yeah, I mean, I paid $880 for this amount of silver last year, and then I traded that amount of silver for gold. It's like, okay, but how much is that actually? What does that actually mean now? Because our dollar has inflated since then. So that's a whole nother factor that's I haven't even done the math on yet.
Right. And that's the thing where, like, when I took my first physics class back in the day, they wouldn't even let us consider friction, right? So friction is one of the things that you have to account for friction when you're doing any physics calculation. But they said we can't even throw that on the plate right now because you guys, your heads will explode. You don't have enough background. So they every calculation and every equation that we did was in a frictionless environment.
Mm-hmm.
Because and basically that's what you're saying. Inflation is like friction to, it's the same type of thing. When you start considering inflation, in theory, an ounce of silver is always going to be the same value. It's just going to represent more dollars as you go forward because of inflation.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, or an ounce of gold for that matter.
At
That's
the end
why,
of the day, they're both money. Silver and gold are both real money at the end of the day.
right. And if you go back 100 years, gold and silver basically buy the same thing now. Silver will buy you a nice meal. Gold will buy you a custom fit suit, right? That's the analogies that they always basically use. So they're just saying that, okay, in other words, these metals keep pace with inflation. That's why, if you think about it, the gold to silver ratio is the only real way to make money trading metals. You got to trade them back and forth. And that's the only real way you can make money with metals. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you just keep in pace. That's, again, my theory. I could be wrong.
No, that completely makes sense to me. That's just reality.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, they look at it and say gold silver ratio is meaningless today. It's never meaningless. Never meaningless. Because really, if you ask me, that's the only way you're going to increase your value of what you have.
So gold is up, if I'm reading this chart right, gold is up 10% more than silver this year.
Okay.
Dang.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Last year it was silver went 21.5%, gold went 27%. I thought they were closer than that.
It depends on where you mark the chart. You know, if you go back to March of 2020 and do a gold silver comparison, silver is 3x because it was at $11 one day. You know what I mean? So it depends on where you start the numbers.
Well,
For
I just
sure.
opened the chart. I just opened the chart and went to 12 months. So
Yeah.
it would start January 1st and end
If you do
December
if you go
31st.
5 years, do a comparison chart right now for 5 years. Okay, a 5-year chart, gold versus silver. I'm pretty sure silver is going to be way ahead because that was the COVID low of silver.
That makes sense.
So you go
You know
back
what I
to
mean?
20.
So it really depends on the starting point.
So January 1st, 2020, gold opened at 1500, 1517.
Hmm.
So let's see.
Well, all you got to do is look at the gold to silver ratio, basically, because that tells you
15.
the performance of one versus the other. So if the GSR is going up, gold's outperforming. If the GSR comes down, silver is outperforming.
So gold's up 116% since 2020. Now, if you go to silver, silver was at 1785. Whew.
Well, again, if you're looking at January, but if you look at March, the end
It's
of
up
March,
84%.
now do that same chart from the end of March, and it's the opposite of that. That's my point. You got to pick. If you pick a moment in time, you could pick a starting point of any chart to make it look good. But gold to silver ratio that never lies. Okay, it never lies. It's one metal divided by the other metal. That's it. It's that simple. The price of gold divided by the price of silver is the GSR. And that doesn't lie.
March 2020 was 1667. Whew. So it's up 97.72%. 97%.
Mm.
Let's see. Then we'll go to March of 2020. Gold was at 1909. Yeah. So gold's up 72% since then.
And what was that year?
2020.
Dang.
No, is that right? Did I have? No, I didn't have that right.
How much
Sorry.
did you say
Gold.
silver was up from 2020?
No, March 2020 gold was at 1586. Sorry, I had that wrong. Gold's up 107% since March of 2020.
Holy moly.
So gold has outperformed it.
All right, now do April. Okay. I mean, look, you can pick a starting point anywhere you want. No, but you don't, you're understanding my point though, that you're just, what you're doing is by doing that, if you just look at the GSR,
Yeah,
that's
this
the
isn't even looking at the
comparison
gold to
of
silver. This is just looking at against the dollar.
right against the dollar, which is
Yeah.
basically meaningless because who values the dollar? What is the dollar worth?
Most of the world uses the dollar.
Yeah, not for long though.
True. That is true.
Not for
I
long.
mean, aren't there people dumping dollars? There's a whole de-dollarization thing going on internationally.
The dollar is it's nearing the end of its cycle.
Silver
you-
Sleuth says the gold to silver ratio is based on a spot price, and many folks believe spot is rigged. Is GSR theory based on fuzzy math?
No, I mean spot is spot. That's just what it is. I mean that's if you look at like bullion dealer spot, that has nothing to do with what real spot is. Real spot is going to be Kitco market. You know, that's the most unbiased, if you will, is going to be Kitco. But that's really all we have to go by. I mean, what else can you go by?
Right.
You know?
What it all comes down to it is the silver and gold that you have in your stack, it's only worth what somebody's going to give you for it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, if like when people talk about shit hits the fan, they're not going to want your silver for a bag of beans. They're going to want some ammunition or some rice or some water for that bag of beans. So it all depends on what it's we look at it different than a lot of people, and a lot of people look at it different than others. We got some new people in here. Bianca says hi, booty girl, big fan. Kiora Wave is in here. Those are new
Bianca.
names. I'm guessing those are your followers.
Yeah, sounds like it.
So instead of talking about the GSR, why don't we talk about Booty Girl's sub ratio? She's been what, in 6 months you put on 1,000 subs?
It's been 4 months, and I believe it's sitting at, let me see where we're at right now. I think we're at 1.19, like 1.19K. So almost 1.2K.
So around 1,200 subs since January, I think, right? Late January, February?
Yeah, started it in February, actually.
Wow, that's crazy amount of growth. That's awesome. You know what? I give full credit to our live show for that.
Hey, you know what? Your live show did give me a lot of help. I mean, I gotta say, like Stacker Social, you guys' live show, you guys were just so welcoming and really just kind of just took me in and kind of put my name out there, and I'll always be appreciative for that, because that was amazing, and I'm so glad to be back on the show.
Well, of course, you know that I'm only kidding.
I know you're kidding, but I'm not. I think you
No,
guys did help me a lot.
you put out great content, and your stuff is produced really well, and you're out there. You're out there socially, and that's big. You're doing great. You're doing
Thank
awesome.
you.
I,
Thank you
I
so
wish
much.
I wish I could have that kind of growth. I don't have that.
I wish I could have that type of ambition.
Well, you know how to do it, right? You just gotta get your manicure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my nails are definitely. I need a what do you call that? A mani. I need a high buff and a trim.
It's all about the QVC show, just
Come on, fluff her up, make her big.
It's the arrows. You got the arrows on the. I'm looking at the thumbnails. It's the arrows.
the arrows.
It's the
On my
arrows.
On your videos, you got the red arrows. You know that's a thing.
Yeah, that clip art.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, you know who's
I
big
just
on
pull them
that
off the
too?
internet.
What's his name is big on that? 4-9s, and 4-9s is another one, man. He's rapidly approaching 4,000 subs.
What is he
He's
at?
growing like crazy. He is
Yeah.
growing like crazy.
His
Yeah,
channel's
I
always
gotta.
hard to find.
I was
Well,
gonna say it's 4.9 silver.
Yeah, he should be easy to find because when you click on subs, he's like the first one on my list because he begins with a 4.
Yeah, yeah. The thing with the thumbnails, I was just like doing some research on it just to kind of just optimize my thumbnails just to make them more appealing. And they say that if you have 2 or more elements, like between 2 and 3 elements other than text on your thumbnail, no, sorry. Yeah, something like that. Like if you have like 2 to 3 elements, that it's more attention grabbing. So like if you have, like a little image, like a clock or a shocked face or something like that, and then like an arrow, it kind of like directs people's eye to kind of like the hook of your video. So that's kind of why I use the arrows and the some of the emojis, is just because it kind of like conveys, hey, this is what, and it kind of, it's almost like I think it's like a subliminal thing that makes people want to click on it more. At least that's what I was reading. So I'm not a psychologist, but
There's definitely a science to it, without question, to optimization. And if anything, I mean, as far as the growth goes, it's hard to argue with it. Yourself and Four Nines are both, hitting it out of the park, and you guys have great thumbnails, and the production. You both have great production in your videos, so there's a lot to be said for that. You're really doing a great job.
thank you. I'm trying to
I was
catch
just
up to him.
looking. About 75% of his thumbnails have an arrow in it.
Yeah.
But
Hey.
he helped me when I first started too. Like, we got on, I don't even know, Discord or something, and he was trying to help me do thumbnails and everything. And when he did that is when I started changing my thumbnails too, because excuse me. My thumbnails were just janky ass pictures, and they probably still will be, but if I ever get back to making anything.
What do y'all use for your thumbnail editing?
I use Cap.
I don't.
Oh. I use CapCut. What do you use, Booty Girl?
I use Photopea. It's just free. It's on a web browser, and it's essentially the same software that's on Photoshop, but it's like free. So you literally just go onto photopea.com.
Yep.
And it has all of the same mechanics. So it's pretty simple to use. You just like drag and drop images and do shading, text, that sort of thing. I'm not like a graphic designer by any means, but it's it's pretty user-friendly.
What do you use to edit your videos themselves?
That is also free software. That is Clipchamp.
No
Microsoft Clipchamp. It's just on my computer.
That's
I
pretty
never
cool.
heard of that one. I use PixArt when I do thumbnails.
Pixar.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm falling behind. I just use my regular CapCut, right? So I edit my video. I take a screenshot out of my video and I throw on some clip art, like you said, and throw on some text and move along. Maybe that's why I'm only getting 100 views.
CapCut is good. I mean, like, it's really good also for editing shorts. From what I've kind of dabbled with CapCut, but I was gonna say, this is a little tip if you want it. I read this. So anyway, I used to do the screenshots of my video, like find like a spot in the video that I liked the way it looked and just screenshot it. But then I just realized that it's better if you take a picture, like if you actually take like a photo of your whatever it is, like whatever metals you want in your thumbnail, because depending on like what camera you're using, I mean, pretty much all phones have like a high resolution camera, but you want to get like a high resolution photo because it looks better. Yours look great, but mine looked okay. But I just noticed whenever I started doing that instead of the screenshot, it kind of elevated my thumbnail game a little bit. But I don't know. You don't have to do that. The screenshot works too, but.
Yeah, that's interesting though that you say that, because 9 times out of 10 I'm watching, I should say 99 times out of 100, I'm watching videos on my phone. So the smaller screen, it's hard to appreciate the resolution. But when you're looking at it on a PC or a big monitor, it definitely makes a difference.
Yeah, but most people are on their phone anyway. So, I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter that much. You are right, though.
Yeah, no, but I never really thought about that. But yeah, you're 100% correct. A photograph definitely is going to give you better resolution than a screenshot. And like I said, I don't really pay much attention to that because I'm looking at it on my phone. I'm not looking at it on a bigger screen. Like if you put it on a TV, like some people watch it on their TV.
Yeah.
That would be a big difference.
That is true.
Yeah.
You got good thumbnails, Blue Collar. I'm looking through yours. Yours are good.
I like the font that you use on your thumbnails.
Oh, the text font, yeah.
Yeah, it's super bright. It looks really clean.
They're
Thank
way
you.
better than my thumbnails.
Well, you don't have thumbnails, so that's not saying much. So, Booty Girl, is that your 10-ounce Germania copper bar?
It is. And
Ooh,
it
I
is
put this out here
definitely.
for you. I put this out here because I knew you were coming in, but you can't see it because Vegas doesn't have us all up there.
If you
Well,
want
I
to,
don't. I look at me. I'm slacking. I
here,
had
go
one
ahead
up
and throw
there, and that's
yourself.
what.
Ooh,
I'll show mine in a second. Ooh, when did you get that? How old is that one? When did you get that? Is that new?
I got a couple of them actually.
Ooh, that is clean.
I've been buying them and selling them on Whatnot, so I got a couple, 3 or 4 of them actually now.
I gotta get into Whatnot. I still haven't done that. I'm kind of behind on that. Like that's like the new thing. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's
I've
definitely.
done eBay auctions. Like I've bought stuff on eBay auctions before, like on Pinehurst Live,
Yep.
but I've never done Whatnot.
So I just got this in my latest video. It's on. I picked it up for $33 minus a 10% coupon, so I got it $29.70.
Gorgeous. That is amazing. That's like a deal for even buying it last year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not every deal is that way, but you know.
You gotta
Come on,
love the
look at these
Britannia.
thumbnails. They aren't that bad. Look at this. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, but what's the
Those are
date
good.
on those? The dates are going back to 2024, I think.
2 months. This one was 1 month.
That Stack Smart one is pretty good. The bottom, like kind of like the bottom middle right. Stack Smart with the
This
stack
one,
of American
AI
Eagles.
generated ass shit.
Now, now pop up Booty Girls and let's look at hers. I bet you hers are prettier.
Hers are more recent, of course. They're prettier.
Oh, what? You scared to show them?
You guys can go on there and look if you want to.
Oh,
Oh,
Now I messed up the channel. Now I messed up the screen. Oh, here we go.
that's so funny.
Oh, this one. This one. There we go.
So
You guys just wait. When I get back into it, I'm coming back with a vengeance.
so look at this. Look at the so last time you saw my Germania mint bar, it was so immaculate and shiny. And look at it in just like 2 or 3 months. Look at
Oh,
the
wow.
patina.
Is that a
Now,
pocket?
It's kind of
piece?
cool, but it's so different now.
is it still wrapped or did you unwrap it?
Oh no, I unwrapped that.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's what it is, right?
That was one of our commonality things. One of the things we had in common the first time. I remember you were like, "Did you take the plastic off or did you leave it on?" I was like, "Oh, I took it off," and you were like, "And I see you're touching your silver with your bare hands." Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. No, I do that too, but I tend to capsulize everything. Like I got the plastic on this. This is a Geiger kilo.
I love that. I still need to get some Geiger stuff. It's just the premiums are so high on it.
They are like, so the difference between, it's about a $12 difference between the Geiger and the Germania on the kilo bars.
Yeah. And
So,
like their silver and their silver's got a high premium.
It does, yeah.
I want one of those Geiger bars, but I just have yet to see like a deal that I feel is good on them.
Yeah,
so
no,
Booty Girl, what was your thumbnail program again? Stacker Staker was wondering.
Like what I edit my thumbnails in?
Yeah.
Photopia.
Photopia. There you go.
Yeah. Photopia. It's like got a little green
Photopia
logo.
Little green pea.
Yeah, kind of like photo and then like pea, like peas in a pod. Photopia.
Oh, is it PEA or PIA?
Yeah, it's PEA.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking maybe it was Photopia, but like Utopia, Photopia, but
Oh yeah, no, that would make sense. Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
but it's
too much into
Photopia,
it.
almost like yeah, just like pea. Photo it kind of looks like
see,
photo
not
pea.
the kind that you leave in the toilet, but the kind that you eat with.
The kind that you eat.
Yeah. Pete.
So Stacker Staker, he said I should start a new channel and name it Vegas with a Vengeance. I don't want to go down the Liberty Bleeds route and start a new channel.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was sad what happened to him.
Oh,
That was hard.
yeah.
I still don't know how that happened. That sucks.
You know, I blame YouTube for that because there should be a way to recover that. There really should. I guarantee you there's got to be a way to recover that.
There has to be.
He said it had something to do with he was trying to do something on StreamYard.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Like I still don't fully understand though, like how that happened. That's
I think
awful.
what it was is maybe he had multiple channels, and maybe the one he was using was subordinate to another one. And when he deleted the other one, it took out his channel that was the one that we knew, you know?
It's something to do with like the Google sign in or something.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's like,
I don't blame StreamYard.
It just sucks that it's even able to, that you can't recover it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah,
it really
Virginia
sucks.
says, like he says, sometimes his comments just disappear from stuff. So, YouTube's a funny, an interesting and funny platform. I don't know. I don't understand it.
Well, one time
sometimes people can remove your comments though.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, sometimes things are hidden. Like, remember that time I thought that one of my comments was deleted, but it wasn't deleted. It was like hidden. You have to click like newest comments, and then it popped up, even though my comment wasn't the new comment. It was just weird. YouTube is kind of funky that way.
It is weird. I feel like I'm still new enough that luckily I haven't run into anything too crazy, but like I almost feel like it's sort of with YouTube, it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing. So it's almost like I don't want to mess too much with any of my settings because everything seems to be working okay so far. And I know that people have just had horror experiences with YouTube doing things like that. And so I'm just like, I'm just not gonna, if you breathe on it the wrong way, it'll malfunction. That's how YouTube can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my easiest way to deal with YouTube is you just don't put out content. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. So, Mr. Vegas, do you feel like reading the chat, like calling it out? Who we got in there?
I was trying to process a Pure Metals order.
Oh,
he's
so
busy.
wait, you
He's
sold
got
something
things
on
to
Pure
do.
Metals?
We got the usual suspects in here still. Chris and Virginia just showed up. Rob is hanging out in the chat, taking care of the little one. Stacker Staker is in here as always. Aunt Becky is still here. Stack Attacker Wager just showed up. Thank you, Stack Attack. Good to see you in here. He was commenting on something, and I forgot what the heck it was. Oh, he says he doesn't edit, so he doesn't have to worry about any of that program. Stacker Staker threw some arrows in his comments to try and get him to 100 subs.
Nice.
And then we have Kiora Wave, which I believe is one of Booty Girl's followers.
How's it going?
Oh, Gold Sniping Farmer stopped in.
Oh, sweet.
He wanted to make a shameless plug about his auction today. So go check out Gold Sniping Farmer and his auction if you guys are looking for deals.
Now, where is that auction? Is that on YouTube or is it on Whatnot? Is it on, what is it on?
He does it on his Whatnot or on his YouTube.
Okay.
3D Woodworks, welcome. Thank you for stopping in.
So can I send out a special thanks to one of the members in the chat?
No. Thanks for asking.
All right. No, seriously, I want to thank Chris in Virginia. Chris in Virginia, thank you, sir. You are my first Pure Metals customer. He bought a couple of items from me, and that's been shipped out. So you should get that very shortly.
you
Thank
have
you,
a website or just like an eBay store, or you have the whatnot
Well,
store?
yeah, I got a Whatnot store, and I also have items on Pure Metals. Pure Metals was on our show. Oh, when? Like maybe 3 months ago. It was
Yeah,
in
when he was first
early
getting it
February,
going.
probably around the same time you were. But he's up and running. He's live, and actually, he might have been there earlier than that. He was in. Was it January? Early January?
Shit, I can't even remember.
I know, man. I can't remember. Time is flying by very quickly.
It might have been before the. I think it was before this year.
Oh,
Was
that's
it?
possible. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
I think it was before this year, because I
Yeah.
think he was trying to launch in January.
Yeah, originally it was January, then he pushed it to February, and I think he finally did launch it March 24th, maybe. Something like that. But it's pretty cool. I actually got everything set up now. Started I let me give my wife credit. My wife's been putting all the stuff up there. But we got quite a few items up there, and we're adding stuff every day. So
That's awesome.
Stacker Staker Dividend Maker was my first, and his package is in the mail as well.
yeah, man. And Chris, just so you know, Chris, I threw some extras in there for you. There's a nice little swag pack coming your way. So good deal.
I'm gonna have to check out y'all's merch, especially now that I just got my mailbox set up yesterday, so I can finally start like buying things and like ordering things within the community, and swapping swag and everything. So that's exciting.
Yeah. Well,
It was a pain in the butt to set up, I'll tell you that.
now, do you have channel swag yet, or I don't
Not
think
yet. Not yet. I'm I've got some mercury dimes, but I don't
Well,
have
listen,
any.
I think once you get over 1,000 subs, it's required. So you got to start working on that. You need poker chips, stickers, all kinds of good stuff.
For sure. I absolutely need to. I think that, so here's what happened. I bought that I set up my anytime mailbox sort of like a month or two, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But then like the whole 1085 form that you have to fill out and all that stuff and get it notarized, I was just having some issues with like some technicality stuff. But I finally got it like figured out. And so I think I got so preoccupied with just getting my mailbox working. So that's why I wasn't focused as much on the swag. And but
Gotcha.
now my focus is like getting the stickers made, maybe even like some t-shirts.
Oh, wow.
I
You're
don't
really
know.
doing all that.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if anyone would wear it or not, but I think booty girl stacking would kind of look cool on a t-shirt. I don't know. Maybe
well,
not.
I would wear a booty girl shirt before I'd wear a blue collar shirt, but I shouldn't say that because we had Vegas Cabal shirts at the Vegas Coin Show.
Hey, don't you technically wear a blue collar shirt to work every day?
Technically, I guess you could say that.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
No, you're right. No, but we got shirts made up for the Vegas Coin Show in February, and we were all wearing them at the show. But not one person, I don't think, came up to us and said, "Hey, dude, are you blah 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 blah?" Nobody knew who we were. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
they
like,
didn't.
I would wear a blue collar shirt.
All right, well, hey, maybe I should get some printed up. So I did get some printed up, but I've just got a personal stock basically.
But yeah, I got to get those stickers made because Seal for Hordian, Seal for Hordian, he's awesome. He got his swag like basically made. I feel like the first month that he started his channel. So, and I'm just like, man, he's beating me on that. I gotta get it together. When you got newer channels that already have swag and merch, I still haven't made
Yeah.
mine. So,
Well, if you want any advice on swag, I highly recommend T-Bird. T-Bird has the most swag. He's the king of swag.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely the king of swag. He's
Okay.
got
Also, I
possibly more.
really, sorry,
He
man.
has a rug by all. I mean, he's got a rug.
No, he's got everything. I got a T-Bird bottle opener. I got I can't even tell you. I keep it in this box.
That is so cool.
All my channel swag. I got this from one of my kids from Christmas one year. But you open it up, and now it's all like channel swag and stuff I got from people. So that's where I keep it. But T-Bird is, without question, I think the most I've gotten from anybody. Phoenix Coin's got a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, Phoenix does too.
Yep.
I don't have
Got a
shit.
big bag of stuff from Phoenix Coins, magnets, keychains, stickers, you name it. I don't have all that. I got a couple of stickers. I got a little keychain thing, and I don't even know what else. Oh, poker chip. Poker chip.
I don't have any stickers. I don't have any poker chips. I don't have any of that. Sorry, guys.
Well, 3 months ago I had nothing, and now I have 4 or 5 items. So you just got to order it up, man. Or you just, I like your idea of making up little 3D print stuff.
Yeah, I think I have an idea that I'm gonna start doing stuff.
More unique, like this.
I need to get. I want to get some rounds made with my logo on it.
I priced that up. It's not cheap, but it's not that bad. Like, you can get a copper round. Highland Mint actually gave me the best price to do a copper round with blue collar stacker on it. I think it was like $6 a piece.
For copper rounds, it's pretty good.
You only have to buy 100 of them.
Oh, that's rad.
That's not too bad, right?
That's actually really good. So Highland Mint, you said?
Highland Mint, Melbourne, Florida.
What about who was the guy you were saying that has all the swag?
T-Bird.
T-Bird. So he's probably like the expert on where to get the best deals on swag also.
I would think so, yeah. He would know.
His wife just bought him like an embroidered jacket and shit.
Are you for real?
T-Bird is the king of swag.
210 Stacks is in here. He says he got Cartier swag yesterday. Staker says I still haven't followed him yet. Okay, I'll follow you, bro. Sorry.
Are you serious? You haven't followed him yet?
Hey, man, I don't know. I printed out I got his package in the mail. That's more important, I think, right?
Big Poppy's package.
I put Poppy's package on it too. I think I tried to anyway.
So, Booty Girl, did you see this channel round that FG made up for me?
That is freaking awesome.
I did. That is awesome. I also, what I like about it is that it almost looks like a round bar. Like, how many ounces is that?
It's 4.47.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Morningstar Metals, FG Stackers company.
So he's all over. That is awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool, man. I'm so glad he did that for me.
Wow. And was that just like a gift, or does he
I traded him. He made it up before I asked him for it, because we were talking about it on the live stream. Vegas had made some little 3D print channel rounds, and we were thinking about figuring out how we could make them up in silver. And then FG went ahead and he took my I think he took the picture off I think he screen capped a video or something, one of my sticker pictures that I was holding up. And he put it into his 3D modeling and made that up.
That was really good. Like the detail on that's not easy. Like he actually did a great job of depicting the detail in your logo with that 3D modeling.
Yes, he did. Yeah. And I like how he polished the silver and made it shiny. The rest of it is all toned, and the silver is silver color. Yeah, very creative.
Really great artists in the community.
No doubt.
Oh, FG does amazing stuff.
And you know who else does really good pour work? Cartier Silver.
Yep.
Cartier is amazing. He did that Wounded Warrior project, poured it live on our show. And that was freaking amazing.
That was a good piece.
Yeah.
Littlefoot finally realized I had my name on my channel or on my screen.
Oh, do you? I didn't even see it.
210 Stacks is in here. He wanted to know, Booty Girl, are you still keeping up with your 1/10 gold each month purchase?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So I started my 1/10 ounce stacking in February, and now we're in May. So I have 4. Here, I'll cover it up right now. I have 4 of these guys, these 1/10 ounce coins. There was that one month that I was behind because of having to buy the phone, but then like a week later I got my tax return, so I got right back on track. But yeah, so so far I've got a kook. Let's see. I don't know if it's focusing or not. It's kind of hard to see. Got my kookaburra, which is my favorite. That was the first one I ever bought.
Is that a 25?
This is a, yeah, I
24?
believe so. Yeah, I think it's a 2020. Well, what's on the, it'll say it on the silver version of it. Oh, it's a 24. It's a 2024.
Yeah, it looks like a 24 bird, yeah.
And then I got an American Gold Eagle.
Nice. Can't lose with it.
And then I got these 2 randoms here, which were not like necessarily what I was wanting, but they've grown on me. I mean, they're still 4/9 fine gold. Like they're gorgeous. I think they're beautiful. The gold is like really pretty in these. I think I'm gonna get a maple.
Randoms, you bought those as randoms, and then that's what they sent you, or?
Yes, on those 2. So
I love buying.
I ordered.
That way. I really love buying stuff that way. So you kind of like, it's like Christmas, you know?
Oh yeah, it is. It's even better though whenever you get a coin that you kind of have your heart set on. But I mean, at the end of the day, gold is gold. Like, and these are good coins. I really want to get like a maple. I think next time I'm just gonna buy a maple. But I also impulsively picked this up. Hold on, you barely see it. My little 1 gram Pamp Sweets. I got a good deal on it.
Nice.
It's weird. I knew a gram was going to be tiny, but somehow it's smaller than even I expected it to be. It's so small. But yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about bars? I hear people say that you should just stick to the coins, even though the bars have lower premium. But when it comes to like Pamp, like having like micro engraving and like bear skin and whatnot, I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
The bars can be more counterfeit. That's the only thing with the bars.
Yeah, but I think if you're buying them from a reputable dealer, if you're buying them from an online dealer, the chances you're going to get anything fake are about none.
I got mine from I can't remember what it was. It was one of those verified dealers though. It was like best, like BGAC, something like that.
Yep.
But all of my gold I get from like Liberty Coins, eBay store, Scottsdale's eBay store. Like I don't buy my gold personally. I don't feel comfortable buying my gold from private sellers online. That's just me. Silver, I'm a little less like apprehensive about that. But yeah, I'm right there with you. But I guess my thought is like, is it any more counterfeit? Is it any more prone to counterfeiting a bar like that than like an American Gold Eagle? Because those are one of the most counterfeited coins in the world. So I don't know.
Well, the thing about it is that if you counterfeit a gold bar, you're not going to go to federal prison for that. You know what I mean? You could get in trouble and you might have to pay somebody back. But if you counterfeit an American Gold Eagle, you're going to do some hard time.
So like the penalty basically is more of a deterrent.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you don't want to go to jail for counterfeiting currency, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. That'd be bad. But yeah, to answer that guy's question, I am going to be continuing to stack my 1/10 ounce gold coin at least until I hit 1 full ounce in 1/10 ounce gold coins. I mean, I'm also going to continue to pick up gold that I can get good deals on here and there. I'm not going to be doing any kind of trading my silver for gold for a long time. But definitely going to stay on schedule with the regular purchases of gold and regular purchase of silver. So
that's the way to do it. Just dollar cost.
What about you guys?
In September, I told myself that I was going to buy a 1/10 ounce. I wanted to fill a tube of Eagles and a tube of Maples. And I was going to buy a 1/10 ounce, either one of those. And then I just went nuts and started buying other gold. So I've gotten away from that. I've gotten away from that idea, but I've hit a good gold number, so I'm okay with that.
That's good. I'm almost to a full ounce. And I can't believe that because I just started stacking gold not that long ago. The trade really set me ahead though, like put me ahead. I think I'm sitting at like 0.74 ounces or something like that in total. So just like a couple of more coins and I should be at a full ounce. So, you know,
It adds up quickly.
it
Yeah.
really does.
Just got to steadily buy. Just keep steadily buying. That's all you got to do.
For
Littlefoot
sure.
says AMX will make you a mini monster box with your custom dies. You have to have at least 2 dies, front and back, 150, minimum of 50 ounces. They will make you 1 gram fractional or 1/10 fractional. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Dub C says, wait, LBS turned into Booty Girl?
Ah!
I would have thought you'd put that comment up on screen.
You can always count on Dub C.
Dub C woke up.
Booty Girl has the absolute best hands and nails in the community, hands down. Just saying, 210 stacks.
There you go.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much, 210. I just saw that and I thanked you in the live chat.
That's not hard to have in this community. Littlefoot says he loves pre-33 fractional. Yes, that's what ended up steering me away from my 1/10 ounce gold pieces. Damn pre-33 gold. Whether in
says he's got
gold.
6 ounces of gold on his desk right now.
Who does?
Dub C. He says, I've got 6 ounces of gold on my desk right now.
He's got probably 20 ounces around his neck.
He uses that just to hold his mail down. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what he holds it's a paperweight for him. He's got a 6 ounce gold paperweight. And he's drinking his coffee out of a silver chalice.
So I have a question.
Littlefoot, this I just got these in the other day, Littlefoot. One of these is going out to you, and one of these is going out to FG.
I have a question for you guys.
Baller alert. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It's not gold, it's just this is from Monday night.
There's a question for Vegas though. So you were saying that the pre-33 is what kind of got you off of your 1/10 ounce schedule. I'm contemplating getting pre-33. What is it about pre-33 in particular for you that you prefer over pure ounces or pure fractional?
Just the history. It's freaking cool. My wife just sent me a screenshot. She's watching us. She's watching my live. Probably the first time ever.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Mrs. Vegas.
She's at work. I don't even know if she's listening or not.
When am I going to get to meet you, Mrs. Vegas?
She goes out less than I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That means she never leaves the house.
Right. She goes to work 6 days a week.
So Vegas.
Well, not anymore.
I overheard whenever you guys were like within the first hour when y'all were talking, I overheard you say that you're an archaeologist.
No, that was Rob Numismatic is an archaeologist, or he studied archaeology.
Sorry about that. I got them mixed up. I did not realize he was an archaeologist. That is so cool. I need to check out his channel.
The pre-33, it's just the history of it got me into it, and it's freaking cool.
I love history.
And then watching Dub C's channel just didn't help either. So
for sure.
Hey, T-Bird's here.
Yeah, I saw that. T-Bird, we're talking about you.
There's Mrs. Vegas. She says hi. I think that's her.
Sorry, Rob. I just saw he said that was me. Sorry, Rob. I didn't mean to mix it up. I was getting my camera set up, and I was just kind of listening at the live stream while I was getting everything set up, and I overheard it, and I mixed up who said they were an archaeologist.
Dub C says he would like to meet Average Jane.
Dub C, when we're in Vegas, you got to come out.
T-Bird, we were talking about all your swag earlier.
He heard us. The T-Bird alert went off.
That's why he woke up.
Yeah. Did you say Mrs. Vegas was in the chat?
I believe this is Mrs. Vegas right here.
Wait, hold on. Did you highlight the comment?
Yeah, she says hi.
Oh.
She's stalking me.
That's
She caught
funny.
me.
Oh, there it is. It's way back there. I'm like, wait, where is it?
Hey, are y'all still going pretty heavy on the vintage silver these days?
Yeah, a little bit.
I got more prospectors since I last talked to y'all. I've got 3 now, which isn't like a crazy amount, but I'm kind of collecting them at this point because my LCS usually gets them in.
Oh, you got
the toned one, but then my other ones are like real shiny.
49s is in the house.
Hey, 49s.
49.
My prospectors are up there by the gnomes and the aliens.
Yeah, he Vegas takes the card counters in the back with the ball peen hammer and he smashes their fingers up.
I wish. Man, that'd be cool. Those days are long gone. Now they kiss everybody's ass.
Well, yeah. I don't know. They keep giving me free stuff and I don't even gamble.
Yeah, see, I told you they keep kissing everybody's ass.
Yeah. Well, actually, my wife gambles a little bit. And then it's all about, I told you what it is, the cruise ship crossover, you know?
Yeah, if you have their card, right?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's MGM and Celebrity Cruise Lines, or Royal Caribbean, rather. If you have status with Royal, you get it automatically with MGM, so I don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, because MGM, they have some deal with the cruise line or something.
They do, yeah. And MGM actually gives away a free cruise every year. So you get a free cruise you don't do anything for it.
I'm obsessed with Royal Caribbean cruises. I think I've been on like 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife and I actually got engaged on one of our excursions on a cruise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love doing the Caribbean cruises because I'm in Texas, right? So we literally just take the Galveston port.
Yep.
And we can get like really good deals, and it's nice because a lot of people have to fly to their port, but we just drive because it's just right there. I mean, we don't live in Galveston. It's definitely a drive, but it's cheaper than having to fly somewhere.
Like, how far from Galveston are you?
Ooh, trying to think. Oh, that's a good question. It's kind of far. It's probably like 6 hours, maybe.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
see.
Yeah. Yeah, we're very lucky living down here because I'm within 2 hours of 3 major cruise ports.
Oh wait, I lied. It's like 3 hours and 4 hours and 40 minutes. But when you stop for like gas and stuff, it kind of adds up to 5.5 to 6 hours.
Jesus Christ, that's a long gas stop.
Well, I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe 5 hours.
Maybe you got a Tesla, you got to charge it or something?
No. Well, I'm thinking like 4 hours and 40 minutes. That's almost 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I guess like 5 hours, 5.5 hours if you like stop to eat somewhere, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Our main cruise port that we normally go out of is Fort Lauderdale, and we're like an hour and 40 minutes from there.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we're like 2 hours from Miami and 2 hours from Port Canaveral. So we have 3 ports within 2 hours.
I thought you just lived on a boat.
No, not right. No, not yet. Soon.
There are people who retire on cruise ships.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know how I would do with that, but
me neither.
I mean, I love getting on a cruise ship. I mean, we do probably 5 or 6 cruises a year. So I enjoy it. We love it.
After a while, I feel like you'd start feeling like you're on the Truman Show.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Dubsy and I think alike. He says he just has no interest in cruises. I agree, Dubsy.
Oh, have you been on one though?
Nah.
Oh my gosh, that's the only reason why.
That's
too many reason people. You're not interested.
Too many people and you're confined
so
with
much
them
to
and
do.
stuck on there.
It's all inclusive except for the drinks.
It's basically like a floating hotel.
Yes.
While you're on a ship.
Yeah, but you're too close to people.
No, it's
Really, it's not really that bad.
Oh, it's not like that at all. It's like these things are like they're almost like cities. Like they're almost like little towns on the ocean. It's crazy. Like the thing I like about it is you just put your money down, you pay for it all, you get on the ship, and then you can literally do anything you want. Like anything. Like they have so much to do on these ships. And then the food is amazing. The food is too good. You'll always gain weight. And then like the excursions you can do, they do usually like 3 if you're doing like a 7-day, and you leave, you do your little excursion, you come back, and it's like everything is included except for the alcohol, unless you buy the drink package, which is kind of expensive usually, but it's crazy.
Yeah, I highly recommend make friends with the bartender on day 1.
Yes.
That improves
In the
your
casino.
odds.
They have
the
better
casino
drinks in the
drinks.
casino because they want you to
Casino drinks.
gamble.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, in Celebrity and Royal, you get free drinks while you're playing. On Virgin, they have a casino bar in the casino. Anytime, 24 hours a day, you can go down there and drink whether you're gambling or not.
Yep.
And it's all comp.
So how is it comped?
I'm sorry?
How do you get it comped?
Well, you got to be on a casino comp cruise. Like that's every single cruise I go on is comped by the casino program.
So what, you just like say I'm going to play the slots a little bit,
you
and
gotta
then
actually you gotta play for a certain amount of time. Not it's like it's based on your past performance. So basically you qualify for it and they just keep sending you free cruises.
dang,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
And like I said, that has led from there. I got an MGM comp program from the cruises. So now I can go to any Vegas MGM property and get comped on those.
Whoa. So I gotta ask, how do you like MGM compared to Royal Caribbean as far as just like the cruise experience goes? I've never done an MGM.
Well,
I've only done Royal Caribbean and Carnival.
I've done, well, you're talking about Celebrity Cruises, which is owned by Royal Caribbean. I like Celebrity a little bit better. It's a little bit like maybe a half to a full step up in the quality of the product, I think.
Less kids.
Less kids. And Virgin was great. I mean, I really enjoyed Virgin. What's this?
Is that real? Remember, that's the thing that they told me it was completed.
Oh, yeah.
Does it feel real? Show them what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says like.
Nah, it looks fake to me. Is this fake? Put this up. Now,
That's fake.
We'll weigh it. I think it's fake.
I got it for $3, but it looked real, and that's why I got it for $3.
It says silver on it too.
Put a magnet to it.
Oh boy.
Now I'm gonna put it on the scale. I guarantee it feels light. It's
Whoa.
a proof eagle, and she got it on an auction for $3.
Dang.
I thought it was fake, but I didn't want to give up the chance that it wasn't. So let me open up the case.
Well, you're not really at much of a loss if it was only $3. So I mean, like at that point, it's like a nice decoration, even if it's fake.
All right, I got to catch up with the chat a little bit.
Yeah,
Stacker says 6 hours drive in Europe and you've crossed 2 countries. That would be cool. Arizona AZ Coins, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Muscle Shell, there's a couple different people in here tonight. AZ Coins, good morning. Littlefoot, I'm not sure of AZ Coins. Littlefoot, thank you for the $2. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to do that.
No, you got to get
for the good times. I'm glad these times are good. Dub C says you guys are describing. See, Dub C and I are alike. He says you guys are describing my idea of hell. See, I agree, Dub C.
Don't touch it.
It's fake.
Yeah, but you're touching it.
It's definitely fake. It only comes up.
Littlefoot says he would rather be in the woods. I agree. Rakamas says, nah, not my thing either. I've seen the Titanic. I know how it ends.
I guess. I mean, you could look at it that way, but have you seen any plane crash movies, or
Oh my god.
do you worry about crashing your car? And I don't
Yeah, I
worry
wanted to
about mine.
drive home for like, and I wanted, well, not home, but I wanted to drive to Indiana for like uh, a vacation, and my wife doesn't want me driving alone. I'm like, why? What's gonna happen? It's okay. I can drive around this freaking city.
Right?
Thanks, Dubsy. Dubsy says he's ducking out. He says he'll catch you in the streams. Appreciate it, Dub.
Take care,
As
Deb. Yeah,
always.
definitely fake. By the way, that thing only weighed 0.79 Troy. So it's definitely fake.
Yeah.
So, Booty Girl, if you want to learn about Pre 33 and get hooked on Pre 33, just go to Dubsy's channel. You'll get hooked on Pre 33.
Yeah, I've watched several of his videos. He's pretty great. I think I just need to, or all his videos. I need to go and see if he has like a playlist on 333 or something.
They're real short though. Like he always likes to do real short content, so it's a quick watch.
Yeah, you should be out of there in about 48 minutes.
He said his video Friday, he says, yeah, this is gonna be a short video, and I think like 45 minutes later and he's still going.
I think it was
Oh my
29 or 31 minutes. I don't remember.
But I gotta look now. Yeah, he said this is gonna be a short one. I'm like, yeah, okay. There you go.
You got me big, so I figured I'd show you a gold coin.
Yeah, I'm trying to multitask here, and I'm screwing up the There's some Pre 33 for you.
There
I'm
you
screwing
go.
up everything because I'm trying to multitask.
So I just want to let you guys know I am going to have to head out here probably in about 5 minutes, just because I do have to go to work today,
I'm
unfortunately.
going to bed anyway.
But I do want y'all to know, I guess shameless plug, I have a video that is actually going to premiere here pretty soon.
Nice.
If anyone wants to chime in. So it's going to be at 11:30 a.m. CST, so Central Time, 11:30. What time is it for you guys right now?
12:24.
Yeah, so 12:24. So 12:30 for you guys. Yeah, so like I guess in what, like 7 minutes or something, I guess it'll be up. But
Nice.
if you
I'll
guys
definitely
want to chime
check it
in, but yeah, I'm not trying to like cut out early or anything. I do have to go to work, unfortunately.
No, I was going to end it soon anyway. I got to go to sleep. I've been up since last night. So
Dang.
it's my
How
night.
late? So what time did you? Well, I guess you said you've been up since last night. Did you not sleep at all?
I've been up since 6 o'clock last night. It is
Dang.
now, what time is it here? 9:30? No, yeah, 9:30 here.
That's
My
not
hours are crazy.
So you work like? Do you usually work at night or?
8 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Oh, so you do the night shift, the graveyard shift.
Yeah, fun times.
Definitely.
Gotta love it.
Gotta do what you gotta do, though.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
like the night shift. I mean,
I used to.
you don't anymore. The joy's gone.
Getting too old for this shit. So Littlefoot, you said DINK earlier. That is dual income, no kids. That's what DINK stands for. That's why I had that up there. That's a joke between Blue Collar and I.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dink.
Yeah, he's a dick.
He said he picked up a 1/20th piece, so I had to show my little pandas.
Yeah, that's cool. That 1/20th panda. That's nice.
Blue Collar got me a deal on those.
Oh, did you get 2 of them? I forgot. You did get 2 of them.
I got 2 of them to sell on Whatnot, and I haven't sold them yet.
I know.
haven't even tried.
I bought 1 to sell, and I didn't sell it either. So
I don't know what to do with Whatnot because I don't have the hookup you do, and I might have to start running silly games. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, man. I think the games are the way to go. You guarantee your profit.
They take a long time though. They can.
Yeah, so you don't do a 500 break set. You do like 100.
Yeah.
What's your name on Whatnot, Blue Collar?
Mine is Average Joe 10-4 something or other.
Okay.
Just Average Joe 10475, I think. I gotta change it, but I'm not gonna change it now.
I mean,
B.
average
Taylor said he's
Joe's,
heading to
that's
the
your thing.
LCS right now.
I think it's in my channel description.
Cool.
B. Taylor's headed to the LCS to go get some Morgans.
Oh man, I'm itching so bad to buy more silver, but I have to wait till payday.
Mm. Yep, I got a Morgan's going in to be graded.
Did you send those out yet?
I didn't send them out yet. No,
I rushed to get you that damn package.
I didn't tell you to rush.
God damn it!
I'll refund you $4.
I ain't worried about that. You know that.
Dude, I'm sorry. You know what it is? I bought that 8 tail feather the other day.
Well, then now you gotta throw that in there too.
I'm gonna send that in too. Yeah. The thing is flashy as all get out, man. It's such a beautiful coin.
Hey, I need FG's address. I gotta send this to FG, and I gotta send one to Littlefoot.
All right, I'll forward it over to you.
Littlefoot, I'll send it out on Monday. Obviously, I'm not gonna go send it out today. Sorry.
Yeah, and I'll just Zelle you or Cash App or whatever you prefer.
Don't worry about it. I bought 6 of them, so I was like, when that happened, I'm like, they're both always in our stream, so I have no problem with it.
Cool, man.
I got 6 of them right here. I will have 4 of them after that.
Nice.
It went to a good cause. That's why I don't mind.
They're beautiful pieces too.
They're really cool.
They remind me of this big ass copper bar.
That is a very cool piece too. And I still have to make a freaking video on them too. Maybe in the morning. We'll see. Okay,
Yeah,
so
nice piece.
it is 9:30 in the morning. That's almost 2.5 hours for us. I am going to bed. Booty Girl is going to work. Blue Collar is doing who knows what. He will probably go to OJ's to see what that piece is. Yes, that piece right there.
I'm going to bring that down to the coin shop and see what it is.
Awesome. Hey,
Okay, guys.
so
thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys for having me on. My video is about to premiere. Is it okay if I drop it in the chat just real quick?
Yeah,
Yes,
go for it.
Absolutely.
All right, let me just see here.
Do I have a wrench? Do you have a wrench?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm greedy with my wrenches. I cannot lie. I am not someone else.
All right, yeah. So I just put the link to my newest video in the chat if you guys want to click on it. And also, I now have a mailbox, so I am receiving mail, and I'm going to be sending out some stuff to my Patreon members as just like a thank you for their support. But yeah, if you guys want to contact me, feel free to email me at bootygirlstacking@proton.me, or just hit me up in the comment section on my videos. I'm pretty active on there, so and if you want to check out my Patreon, you can message me on there as well. So
Awesome.
thank you guys so much.
No, thank you for
being
coming in.
on.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Right.
Have a good one.
Take care.
You too.
All right, bye.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Littlefoot, Stacker, Staker, Dividend Maker, you guys been hanging out the whole time. Rob Numismatic, thank you for being a guest on our show and hanging out in the chat afterwards. Congratulations on the addition to the family. T-Bird, thank you for showing up, dropping some links in there. Cartier Silver, glad you're doing better.
Rob's Numismatic is in there.
Rob, I think I just said him.
You did. You did. I'm sorry.
Muscle Shell, you're a new person, I believe, here. Thank you for being in. I hope we entertained you. Littlefoot, thank you for the super chat for entertaining you as well. Silver Sleuth, always good to see you. Mahalo. Dub C is gone. Rakamas, thank you. Don't be afraid of the drunks on the Titanic. And I think if I missed you, I am sorry. AZ Coins was in here.
AZ, yeah.
And 210 stacks. Greatly appreciate it. And I think I caught everybody that is probably still here. If you are still here and I didn't mention you, I'm sorry, but thank you for being here either way.
Yep.
And we will have shit, I'm drawing a blank.
Stacker Factor.
Stacker Factor on Monday. Monday night will be Stacker Factor.
Factor. Come on.
Dude, I'm faded. I am
I
faded.
can hear it. I can hear it. You're about ready to conk out.
Thank you guys. Greatly appreciate you waking up early and hanging out with us on this Saturday.
And don't forget, thank you, AP, for coming in.
Yes.
AJ, sorry, AJ.
Oh, she's back to work.
Oh, okay. All
Little
right.
stalker ass. She was making fun of me in the text. She's like, freaking cool. Talking about me because I was talking about pre-33 is freaking cool. She'll be talking shit when she gets home.
That's
in
their
3
job.
hours.
Come on. That's her job.
See, I got to take a nap and then I got to wake up with her in 3 hours. So that's my life. I don't sleep. I take naps.
You're young. You can handle it.
I'm young. Yeah, I used to be. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And we will see you on Monday. Thank you, Blue
Take
Collar.
care. See you guys Monday. Thanks for coming in. Average Joe out.
Later.
Bye.